up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 322 for the week of January 14th, 2023. The title of this week's episode is A Pure Delight of an Announcement. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and this week I'm joined by the man in the original HCS collaborated space station hoodie, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. And Will, before I ask you how you're doing, we have a very special guest with us today, the man who is dressed up like a motherfucking dude on Wall Street. Pure delight. PD, how are you doing on this Wednesday evening?
We're doing so good. There's a lot of emotions, trying to contain myself, just trying to stay composed. We're doing so good. So good.
That's great to hear. Will, how are you doing on this Wednesday evening?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. How about yourself? How are you doing?
Other than trying to get these scenes set the fuck up, I'm doing all right. Thank you for asking. God damn it. But we're here. That's all that matters. Oh, there's Piffin. He says, I heard PD has a very important poll he wants to mention tonight. Actually, Piffin, I heard that you're banned.
That's too bad.
Is that true? I think Piffin's banned. Hey, Piffin, look what I'm wearing. Look at this. Look at this. It got delivered today. I'm like, I'm fucking wearing that shit. Absolutely. All right. PD, obviously you're here for a special announcement, but when I was looking through the shit going on today, and I was trying to think of how I was going to make the scene shit happen with OBS and whatnot, I asked you, would you be willing to just join us for the entire show? And you happily obliged. So you are here. You are here for the entire show. You'll be here with us from beginning to end. And you will be, obviously, when we get to the announcement, we'll have that appear as well. So, PD, let me just say thank you for deciding to join us tonight. I really appreciate it.
I know the thank yous should be coming from my end. You guys do so much for Halo, and just the energy you bring, the passion, it's all unbelievable. I could not be happier to be here. When you asked me, you know what, why don't you just join for the show? Yes, instant yes. Pumped to be here. Thank you.
We all know that if you weren't here right now, you'd just be streaming 8s anyway. So, I mean, might as well just like loop you in for the time being. You know what I mean? All right.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Will.
Yeah.
Do you want to know what's coming up on this week's episode of the show?
What do we have on this week's episode of the show, Josh?
Okay, that was a little different than what you usually say, so I was a little taken aback by that. That was weird. PD joins us for the show and reveals his new roster for the 2024 season. Oh my fucking God, it's crazy! Jesus Christ. Before we get into the show, though, let me just give a shout out to those who are joining us right now. We have John Holt, Riz, Absent, Ultras, Maddie, Spying Ryan, Meat, Wildfire, Ashley, Mac, All in Juan, Blues Coos. Oh my God, I love that name so much. Sir Birds, Blackout, welcome back. Piffin, welcome. CG, just want to make sure I don't miss people. Shio, welcome back. Taco, welcome. Coach Clutch, welcome back. For Atticus, welcome. Mike, welcome. Oopsie, welcome. And Dunked, welcome as well. Nike, Dayquil, welcome. All right. Oh, and then real quick, I can't fucking forget about this. John with the 8-month resub and Ashley with the 10-month resub. You guys get a woo! There it is. We got to start off with some fucking woos. Mark, welcome. Doug's welcome as well. Fucking PD, people are stoked for this announcement, man. I'm sorry, but you guys are going to have to wait just a minute, okay? Since he's here for the whole show, we got to go through the whole fucking rigmarole before we get to the rosters of Manias. So you motherfuckers have to wait a minute, all right? So fucking relax. Fuck. Riz, with the 8-month resub, you get a woo! All right, let's fucking get into some. I'm going to fuck this up, but let's get into some competitive news. Fuck yeah. All right. Griffball tournament's been announced by Ranger Callie. She says, it's finally time to announce that Griffball is back. Grab your team and enter the first Griffball tournament of 2024. See Spartans there. All regions are welcomed. Ignore what it says on Battlefy. Current pricing is $150. You can register at the link included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. Exclamation point show notes in the chat, as PD had done previously to us going live in the first place. So you could do that right. There it is. Look at that. PD just fucking doing the work. It's there. Go check it out if you want to follow everything that we're talking about on this week's show, along with things that I missed that I'm going to be adding ad hoc. So stay tuned for that. And then EU Infinite Draft Tournament has been announced by iSpiteful. He says, announcing the iSpiteful and Euro Halo League EU Halo Infinite Draft Tournament. What the fuck was that? Oh, that was bits. Thank you, Dayquil, for the 100 biddies. Greatly appreciated. I forgot that that sound bite's still on, Will. I still forget about that every fucking time. Yep. Like and retweet that post, not what we're talking about, for a chance to win a free ticket. 4 winners will be picked on the 20th of January. It is open to EU players only. The 28th of January at 11 a.m. UTC. It is limited to 20 teams, and I believe it is a €5 entry. So if you wanted to secure a ticket, I believe it's €5 to do so. Link again is included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. When I said I'd be adding things ad hoc, that's exactly what I meant. So, I will add this in the show notes, I promise, don't you worry. But let me just say that there's going to be an all-military championship tournament next week in partnership with Complexity. As a matter of fact, this comes from Spring King. So thank you very much, Spring, for this information. The tournament starts on Wednesday. The championship round is Thursday. It should be streamed by either All Navy Twitch or the U.S. Army Esports channel. And like I said, I'll include information in the show notes after the show, so please understand that. So fuck yeah. There it is.
Excited that Griffball's coming back out. Haven't seen it for a while. I'm curious at what settings this tournament's going to have. And then more EU. It's always good. Always needed.
Hopefully it's not fucked. That's all I'm going to say. Just hopefully it's not fucked. Because, I mean, you and I both know, like, they've been trying... I use they in a general sense, are trying to make Griffball work in Infinite, but the hammer is so different than what it used to be in other titles that... I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. I'll say that. I'm cautiously optimistic.
Sure.
Perfect. All right. Well, PD.
Yes, Josh.
I think we're about to enter the segment that is Rostermania. Will.
Good segment.
It's a great segment.
It is.
PD, before we get to your announcement, Will, what are the couple other things we have there?
All right. First off, King J announces he's officially a free agent, and he actually says, all right, officially a free agent for season 3. Made pool play every event last year plus Worlds and ready to be even better. DMs are open for anyone interested. So anyone looking to pick up a solid player, reach out to King J, man. Next up, Jimbo officially announced his team, which is going to be Jimbo, Mighty, Snipe Drone, and Wootum. And Wonder Boy is the coach. Wootum is a mouse and keyboard player, so that is really cool to see, getting on a pro team there. And Josh is adding things ad hoc, as he said, right now.
This is the last one that I have.
Okay.
So you don't need to read the tweet. It's in different language, but feel free to just say what that headline is.
Yeah. Pool God, his visa has been approved, so look for him be coming back.
Yes, Colombian Halo player, probably the best in that region. So congratulations to him. That is fucking awesome. Sweet. PD.
Yes.
The floor is yours.
What we've all been waiting for. Here we go.
So it feels like a long time coming because the passion has always existed. That's for sure. It was my 3rd affiliate anniversary the other day, actually, by chance. And today at work, I was browsing the Twitters, working really hard, browsing the Twitters. It's January 17th today. I didn't even realize. I think it was Kids Call tweeted. It's 117 day. So that's some nice
Oh my God,
extra
it is.
passion. I know. What a nice, happy little mistake or coincidence.
Holy shit.
So it's tough to put into words how much it means to me to be able to do this. And I can't thank all the people, including HCS Pro Talk, who's done so much to support myself and my tournaments and encourage me ever since I just by chance sat next to Josh on a plane to HCS Arlington, my first ever American LAN event. So without people signing up for the tournaments and supporting, like I say, it takes a village. I will not stop saying that because it does. And the Halo community is just that. It's so unbelievable. I can't wait to continue all of this. And with that, we have a roster. We have a team. And I don't know if you want to pop it up on stream right now.
Are you ready
but
for
we've
it?
got a name. Yeah, we've got a name. We've got a team. I couldn't be more excited.
Hold on.
Without further ado.
Hold on, PD. I think this calls for the drum roll that we have.
Okay.
It's up.
God bless. Let's go. Get ready for Passion United. I couldn't think of two better words. We want unity, and we have passion. It's absolutely everywhere. We've got Scuds, Maddie, Palfius, Atticus, and Clutch, the coach. I can't wait. We're going to constantly be working on, things we can do to provide for the community more content and excitement. But at the end of the day, it's just I could not be more thrilled through the tournaments and through everyone in the community's generous support of the tournaments and just honestly even just words of encouragement, tuning into streams and supporting. It's every small bit counts, every person counts, and through that we have Passion United. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go. All right. I will say as well, met Maddie at Worlds, if I'm not mistaken. Super genuine and nice dude. Just straight up. He was awesome. So shout out to Maddie as well.
Yeah, I got fourth at Worlds FFA.
Nice.
And I should shout out Mark the Walls in the chat. Just unbelievable at everything he does. He's actually won an Emmy for producing. And he does my graphics, the posters. He did that poster. Always incredible. Thank you, Mark. Bless. Let's go.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to Mark there.
Yeah,
That's
shout
awesome.
out Mark the Walls. That wasn't easy.
So PD, how did you end up selecting this roster to come together for Passion United?
Danny OJ. Yesterday's price is not today's price. I couldn't agree more. And Will, how did we select the roster? So once I saw what Maddie, I think they caught my eye, Maddie and Atticus, on Twitter ages ago when their exchanges on Twitter were just outlandish. Things other people would just simply not tweet, but they were hysterical. Like every time I laughed and I loved it. And they're also absolutely disgusting at Halo. So that kind of started and piqued my interest because I've had this desire to support the community and be a little more involved. And let's be honest, I wasn't exactly winning tournaments myself. So nice to be able to support them. And from there, building the relationship with Atticus and Maddie was just super natural. And then got to know Palfius and Scuds and Coach over the last few months. And they're just all the best. And I couldn't think of better people to represent my organization, our organization. It's just, I try and use we and our as often as I can. And I like to let people know as to why. So it's nice to have just great people that are also disgusting at Halo supporting.
No, that's awesome. That's great. Do you guys have like an overall goal for yourselves for like to bring support to an HCS roster then? Like, is there a long-term vision, or is this something you guys are going to do throughout the season?
So we've got a couple content ideas we're kind of batting around. So there will be a YouTube. We don't have one just yet because, we got to create some content to upload. I didn't feel right saying, yeah, go check it out. There's nothing there. So we've got some content ideas we're batting around. I think it comes down to like competitive. Like maybe we don't beat FaZe in event number 1, but who says we don't in event number 2? But at the end of the day, I just want to support them and watch them grow and appreciate their greatness, their teamwork, and overarching goals is to just have it be sustainable where I can continually, or we can continually support an amateur team. And if they end up being pro, let's frickin' go. Like that would be probably the goal. But for me, it's just support them.
Oh, that's great. Bringing more support to that kind of amateur scene. We always need good people in that place doing that work. So appreciate what you're doing for the Halo scene.
Oh, bless. It's so fun. It's at the end of the day, it's fueled by passion, friendship, fun, and Riz, absolutely, 100,000%. There will be merch in the future.
Thank Christ. I buy that.
Josh.
I like to buy merch. Everybody knows that. So fuck yeah. Give me more shit to buy, PD, please.
All right.
Was that a question for me? Sorry.
No.
Okay.
Wait, Josh, did you have a question?
No, I was going to say the same thing that Justin said, where world champs are bust.
Okay.
Like this is, fucking nose to the grindstone type shit right here. You're going to grind through open bracket in that first event. You're going to make pools. You're right. You're not going to beat FaZe the first event, but that's okay. That's a learning experience, right, PD?
Absolutely. You're either winning or learning. You can learn while winning, but, winning, learning, got to do the learning. Event number 1, maybe, ease off the gas. We're happy to be here. Let's dominate. Don't have to beat FaZe. Event 2, I don't know.
Expectations are higher, event 2.
Through the roof.
Yep. You're already in pools. You don't have to fight through open anymore. Like, you already established yourselves there. So, I'm expecting, shit. You better win.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're going to hear me slander this shit on the show. I tell you that.
Jeez, a lot of pressure.
Just you from a GM standpoint. That's it.
Okay, that's good. I'm happy to, wear the brunt. Good. I'll protect my players at all costs. Come at us. Or don't. That's okay too.
See, Maddie's like, dubs no matter what. See, that's the mentality that I want to see.
Beautiful.
That's it right there. Jesus Christ.
Our unofficial team mascot as well, just before we move on to any other segment, is Moose. He's unofficial. He hasn't signed any paperwork yet.
Oh, 1,000%. Okay, dumb question, but I feel like I need to ask it anyway. Alongside the merch question, you gave me that Chain Chomp sticker. Okay, I got it. It's here if I'm not mistaken. It's still it's right there. Okay. When can I expect new stickers?
So it's funny enough, I've talked with the team about merch until quite a bit as to different ideas. What can we do? Stickers, I actually just thought about just the other day. I think I have no choice. I think I have to have stickers at the first event.
You got it.
So I would say at the first event, there will be stickers. That's a commitment.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. PD confirming that stickers will be at the first event. If they're not, pitchforks, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting fucking pitchforks. If we're going to go to them, you better not fuck with me right now. I need those stickers,
confirmed.
PD.
Confirmed. 100%.
All right. Stickers confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking write the headlines. Here we go.
Mark's already getting to work, he says.
Good. Perfect.
The legend.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mark. Actually, let me just ask this. I need to shamelessly ask a question here, PD, and it's not necessarily regards to you, but since Mark is here, I want to ask, is Mark available for a commission thing?
I mean, there's no one I would recommend more. So yes, absolutely, 100%. Mark will clear his schedule.
I was going to say you're speaking for him.
Mark's such a legend. I'm sure you can shoot him a DM, and he's the easiest guy to work with. He's absolute best. Couldn't recommend more. He's free tomorrow. No. I love you, Mark.
Perfect.
I absolutely love you.
Oh my God.
Mark's very busy. He does a lot. He won an Emmy.
That's fucking amazing. May I ask what it was won for? Like what the production was for?
It was a documentary on his Twitter. He's got a link to something. I'm a bad friend, but he's won an Emmy.
Well,
but it was
Mark,
a documentary that he helped produce.
That's fucking amazing, Mark.
Yeah. MarkTheWalls.com. MarkTheWalls.com. Portfolio about. It's got to be in the about section.
Oh, absolutely. I would hope so.
I'll find this information. I'll get back to
you. Please do. Please do. All right. You know what? Since we're in Rostermania right now, and I kind of want to. We haven't had PD on ever, so I wanted to ask him this question as well. Of the teams that have been announced so far, of the rosters that have been announced so far, not including your own, obviously. Who is one that you're most excited for? Even if they stayed together, like who's a team that you're most excited for going into the next year or this year, I guess, technically speaking.
So I've got a soft spot for Royal 2, FaZe. Okay. I will always stand for Royal 2, Snakebite, Renegade, and Frosty because of my close ties to our Canadian GOAT, Royal 2. Very excited to see Legend on SSG on LAN because we all know he's already doing absolutely unheard of things from, I don't actually know where he's from, but Europe.
Yeah.
That big place. And then,
oh my God.
You know what? Off the top of the head, I think I just have so much respect for Ansky. That's what I wanted to say, but I didn't trust my gut. Appreciate that, Riz. As well as Native Gaming.
Yeah.
I think I just love their organization. I love everything they do. They've never done a thing where I've been like, oh, that's interesting. No, it's every time I see something they do, that's awesome. So I'll be rooting for Native Gaming as well.
Fun fact that isn't really a fun fact. I was before I put the shirt on for the show today, I was literally wearing my Native Gaming hoodie. So you fucking shout out Native Gaming.
Let's go.
Big
fan.
Let's go. It's still waiting for my Essentials merch, but that's okay, guys. I'll fucking email them. Sweet. Okay. Will, is there anything else you wanted to add before we move on?
No, I'm good.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, let's give it up for PD and the roster announcement of Passion United. The fucking biggest of passions being united.
Actually,
What's up?
Can I quickly shout out? We have a Twitter account.
Yeah.
If you want to check that out, I'm going to go retweet. I'm going to make it go live. The Twitters will now know that this team exists as well.
Fuck yes. And actually,
yeah.
I don't know if you're gonna get. You probably can't post it in the Twitch chat because it's gonna flag you. If you want to send it to us in the Discord DM, and I'll put it in the Twitch chat.
Okay, beautiful. Perfect. I will do that right away.
Perfect.
As you're doing things, I'll get that going.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
No, I appreciate you. All right, look. Shut the fuck up. So that's it for Rostermania. It's time to get into the upcoming tournaments of the week presented by NoobCombat.com. Check out NoobCombat.com for all your Halo esports needs. On Saturday, January 20th, we have the LVT Halo 2v2 Open number 2. Multiple twos, but it's the number 2 of the 2v2. And then on Sunday, January 21st, we have the Halo Agent 300 Series 4v4 and the LVT Halo 4v4 Open number 2 as well. That's it for the upcoming tournaments of the week presented by NoobCombat.com. Check out NoobCombat.com for all your Halo esports needs. Well,
Gosh!
Scrim Tournament League recaps, but no scrims because the fucking no teams announced what we got.
We'll start off with the first LVT 2v2 Open, and man, it was fun to watch. I really appreciated that players switched it up. They didn't play with their teammates here. So we'll run through the top 4. 4th place went to Stellar and Trippy. 3rd place, Tusk and Frosty. 2nd, Renegade and Lucid. And coming in 1st was Bound and Legend.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah. For those who watched, there was a lot of resets in that grand finals. Basically, if you were in anybody else's stream there, one player out of the 4 would randomly have like 100 ping, and they'd have to like reset the game. And eventually they were just like, screw it, we're playing it out, because it took so many retries. I don't know. I hope that gets a little bit better for them moving into the next tournament. We did have the LVT Halo 4v4 Swiss tournament.
I'm sorry, I failed at this.
The graphic is not there, and
shout out Noob Combo for fucking up.
But what we do have, tournament and thoughts and feedback. Josh, I don't know if you wanted to run through this.
Yeah.
I can look up the placings here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Thank you. So for the feedback for this, so for those who don't remember, this was a Swiss tournament, right? So there was a little bit different layout as to how things previously would work in like a traditional format that we've seen in the HCS. To the point where with the Swiss format is like round 1, anybody and everybody plays anybody and everybody, right? And then in round 2, you have the 1-0 teams all playing against each other and the 0-1 teams playing against each other. And then it kept going until the end, right? And then eventually, it was supposed to be the top 8 went into a single elimination tournament or a single elimination bracket, but they expanded that into the top 16. So the top 16 went into a single elimination bracket where an actual winner was determined of the actual tournament. So Tools of LVT reached out on Twitter and said, HCS players looking for feedback into the LVT Halo 4v4 Swiss tournament. What did you like? What didn't you like? Anything you would like to see change for the next time? We have 2 more tournaments this month to try to get this format perfect. And so Jimbo replied, he was one of the many replies, and he said, I think if it's Swiss, it needs to be limited to 16, 32, or 64 teams. If you want it uncapped, double elimination is best. Now, the reason why that was brought up, it wasn't the one time it was brought up, but the reason why that was brought up within that reply and throughout the tournament is because originally there was a cap. Like, at least on Faceit, originally there was a cap listed on the tournament, like on the bracket or whatever. That was since expanded. And like, again, shout out to LVT for expanding it to allow more teams in. That's great. But the problem is that there was an odd amount of teams that were signed up for the tournament that were competing in the tournament. Therefore, where you would traditionally in this Swiss format have, like, let's just use an example. You would have all your 2-0 teams go against each other and all your 0-2 teams go against each other. Since there was an odd number of teams, little wonkiness happened throughout. Burton put out a reply to it, and he says, when we're 2-1, we play Shopify Rebellion, who is 3-0. Then after we lose, we play against Complexity. Cap it so there isn't the odd teams playing matches that make no sense. And again, he wasn't the only person that had that thought. On the flip side, many individuals within that reply were saying that they appreciated being able to play through 5 series due to the change to the Swiss format. So again, the difference between the two, with the Swiss format, you get to play all your matches, right? Like, if you win your first match where everybody's even, then you get to play that next match where everybody's that has the same record as you. Or if you lose that match, you play everybody that has the same record as you, right? And you just keep going until the rounds are complete. So no matter what, you're not getting one and done in the tournament, which from an AM perspective and from like these pickup teams that are coming in, it can be a great experience because you're able to play more of the tournament instead of being knocked out immediately and having to just sit there. So I can also see that, and I respect that as well. But seeing what Jimbo was talking about, and especially regarding the Swiss format, I like the idea of having it capped so you don't have the odd number of teams playing. And that way you won't have a situation where Burton had to deal with or where other teams had to deal with, and things could be more even across the board. Because as we always talk about on the show, competitive integrity, we want things to be as competitive and as fair as possible. I think that is probably the best compromise you could have, is clearly identify the cap of amount of teams that are allowed in the tournament, stick with that cap, and run from there. Your guys' thoughts?
I would agree. I think, how many teams ended up signing up? I didn't see that, but I feel like when did I guess they had server problems and the tournament didn't end up ending until like 9 Central or something, quite late, maybe even later. So that's a long day. Maybe they alternate. They do a Swiss 64 team and then an uncapped. But I guess it's too late. They've already kind of got their next 3 weeks set in stone. 113, Licinity says. So I guess if you cap it at 128, though, you do Swiss, and you don't get 128, you run into the same problems. So then are you not forced to do 64 team cap, and then you'll have the people upset again that 50 teams didn't get in. So you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't, no matter which direction you head.
That was Will, real quick, I just want to say this. That was what I talked about last week as well, is that when they set the cap at 64, originally the cap was at 64, and that was my question. Like, not to throw shade at anybody, because I appreciate what LVT does. We all do. But I was curious. People were throwing shade at the HCS for having a team cap of 64 for their open tournaments that were taking place. I wonder if people are going to bring that same energy towards LVT in the event if their cap was indeed at 64. Obviously, they expanded it, which is fantastic, especially considering the Swiss format. It can allow for all these matches to take place at the same time. That's great. But yes, from that competitive integrity standpoint, it's hard. Like you said, do you shaft the other amount of teams that would be signing up to have that quote unquote competitive integrity? Or do you just leave it open and either deal with it or change formats later on, whatever it may be? Will, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, just I'm just looking up information right now. So there's no bracket that LVT had for when it moved off of the Swiss style tournament, but your top 2 teams were Shopify Rebellion and a team called All Good. So Shopify took second with Soul Snipe, Mental, Suppressed, and Cycle.
Yes.
All Good won the tournament. Frosty, Royal 2, Monster, and Collect.
Yes.
Looking at next week's 4v4, there's currently 48 teams signed up.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not even reaching that 64 team cap right now.
So on their organization page on Faceit, it says they have 64 of 128, but I believe I'm going to answer that right here for you, because I think what that means is there are 48 full teams registered to play, and the remainder are like 1 player, 2 player, 3 player, whatever it may be, rosters that are not complete.
Correct. That's what I was getting to.
Perfect. I apologize.
All good.
So yeah, because obviously, like, Intools even said it, like their goal is they want to perfect the format as much as they possibly can within these next 2 tournaments that they have, which obviously that's fantastic. And if anybody's able to, if there's any group that are able to pivot and make necessary changes like quickly, it's them. Like they're clearly able to do it. They're clearly up for the task. It's just if those changes need to happen, what do those changes need to be? And frankly, I don't know. Also,
Could they fill the 128 Swiss format? So I think if they want to stick with, based on, I think he says Jimbo, based on his feedback, if they get to 128, they could run the Swiss again and then cut it to 16. It's a long day.
Yeah.
But you know what you're getting into now, where you're going to have a break from games 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, because you have to wait for every game to finish.
Right.
So you now know what you're up against. Sign up, please. Let's get the passion flowing. Do it up. Enjoy the day. Agreed. It's a day. It's literally a day for those top teams, which also they should know what they're signing up for. They're a top 8 team. Like that, the amount of gameplay and competitive, you can't emulate that environment, and they're getting such great experience in that bracket once they get there, that maybe LVT just has to say, you know what, we've heard your feedback. We're at a bit of we're on the fence with this. If we can get to 128, we have enough to do a Swiss. But if we're going to sit around 90 and 100, we're better off just capping it, doing double elim 64. So maybe, like, I know when LVT was trying to get to a certain sub mark, like they promote themselves so very little, like where they ask the community to say we're looking for this, but they had to do something to get partnered, and the amount of support that they got was unbelievable, as it should be. So maybe they could come out and say, you know what, we can do Swiss if we get 128. But if not, it's just going to make more sense to do 64. So let us know with your replies and sign up. Sign up well in advance. Don't do the last minute stuff, because that creates headaches for everybody, perhaps.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. And I just hope that again, I've said it many times, and I'm going to stick with what I've been saying, is that I'm going to sound like a broken record. I just hope that whatever decision they decide to make based off the feedback that they've been receiving, and the actual feedback that they've been receiving, is I just hope it means the best from a competitive standpoint for those that are taking the time to compete in these events. Whether that be let's just go the extreme route where they cap it at 64 instead of 128. And because they simply don't have the amount of signups necessary for that large amount for a Swiss format. Let's just say they cap it at 64. Again, worst case scenario, right? People are going to be pissed. Like, that's understandable. But at the same time, like you said, sign up early. Like, it's not their fault that you didn't take the time to do so. Or maybe, obviously, there's scheduling conflicts and whatnot. Maybe you don't know until kind of the last second. I respect that. I understand that. We're human. We have shit going on in our lives. I completely get it. But if it means the best from a competitive standpoint, everybody had an opportunity to sign up. I think you just go from there. I just hope it works out in the end. It probably will work out in the end. You can never make everybody happy, but whatever.
Yeah. They're the best at taking feedback, and they're the best. I would trust them. Whatever decision they make, my first assumption is going to be it's the right one.
There you go.
Sorry, Will.
I love the idea of a Swiss format, just because teams that usually would get bounced right away have a little bit more time to sit in the experience and get experience from these games and possibly learn and grow. And that's just what we need from for the Halo community, right? Like, get these players growing so that we have more competition in the future.
And that could spark people to sign up earlier. So if they cap it to 64 and say, we like the Swiss format, we've heard enough positive feedback that, the bottom 48 teams that don't qualify, or 56 teams that don't qualify, if they cut it to 8, they get such a benefit from the Swiss format that it's worth doing. And if you're one of the 30 or 40 teams that doesn't make it in, well, sign up for the next week, because we're doing another one.
Yeah. Agreed.
Sorry, I'm just looking.
Great times, though. Great times. Unbelievable for them to put that on.
Oh, for sure.
They put up the $1,000. They put up 4 tournaments, and the support, just the fact that these tournaments are running and we're having this discussion, is a beautiful thing.
Oh, totally. And yeah, we have something to watch in the off season, and we're getting big names signing up. It's what Halo needs. This content needs to keep going so that there's eyes on the scene. It doesn't fall to the wayside over this drought of an off season, really.
Exactly. I'll be cooking up another tournament soon. But yeah, we don't have a date yet. So the holidays were excellent. We ran the holiday doubles tournament on the 30th. So we'll be looking to do something early in February. We're already midway through January, so it might be middle of February. But I'll be posting something on Twitter. I think I might do a poll. Shout out Piffin for the inspiration. I know that man. He is just dominating the poll game right now. Let's go, Piffin. You're banned. But I think I'll throw up a poll, because I'm not sure what type of tournament to do next. I've been humming and hawing. Do I do another doubles tournament? They're very fun. Would there be enough interest for a 4v4 bring your own team? LVT's kind of filled that, with these every Sunday. But if, I don't know what they're doing for February, but either way, we can do a 4v4. Draft tournaments are fun as heck. FFAs, they're a little shorter. I don't know the logistics behind a double elim FFA. I've been kicking around, but I think at the end of the day, the single elim's probably simpler. But from a logistical standpoint, administrative, operating and running the tournament. But I don't know, mid-February, I'll be throwing something in here for the off-season as well.
I mean, I don't know if I've announced this fully on the show yet, but in our Discord, I am hosting a custom Olympics tournament. Right now, we need either 5 more players or a whole 21 to sign up to get 2 more brackets going. But it's going to be fun custom modes. There is a HCS FFA Slayer or free for all to kick off the tournament, and you get points. And it's going to be a fun time. So yeah, we definitely need 5 more people to sign up. That will be on February 10th. Rules, everything is in the HCS Pro Talk Discord. If you do !Discord and chat, we'll be streaming it and trying to cast over it as much possible. And it's going to be a fun time. It's just going to be random modes. We got some sharks and minnows, musical chairs. Like I said, the FFA, HCS FFA to start it off, and then we always end our community playdates with mongoose sumo, some shrink sumo. So that's gonna be good, and we're gonna have everyone chilling in Discord. We'll do plenty of listen-ins to hear everyone yelling at each other. So it'll be good. It'll be a good time.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think social game types are underrated. I am a stubborn ranked guy. I turn my computer on, I click search matchmaking, or I send invites for friendly 8s, which are ranked settings. Anytime. The other week, I was persuaded might be the word. I'm a little stubborn to play a squad battle. We took our 8 people that were ready to play ranked settings in friendly 8s and put them up against there's a screenshot of it. There's Faka and his squad, Faka and Fortune Cookie, and I think Wildfire. But either way, there was 8 of them, and we did custom squad battle. It was electric. So
you had enough people for a custom squad battle.
We did. We actually searched to try and match them, and it wouldn't pair us. We both squads of 8 searched. We couldn't do it, so we just invited them to a custom.
That's awesome.
It's beautiful. Best of 5. We avoided getting swept. We were down 2-0. We iced up, and we lost 3-1, but we did not get swept. It will be a rematch.
I would love to get into some squad battle. Fucking.
It was so fun.
What would that be?
We got to set it up. Yeah,
I need to learn. Yeah. I need to learn more patience in squad battle. You know, I run in there with my bandit. Or AR, whatever you start with, and it's like I just get melted. I'm not waiting for weapons. I'm not getting vehicles. It's a whole different realm in squad battles.
Will, we already know what you do. You just get in every vehicle, so it puts the United skin on all of them, and then you just leave.
Yeah,
that's what you do every single time. United.
Oh, that reminds me. I got to put that Razorback skin back on now.
There you go. Please do. Will, also, if you look at the show notes, you may have seen that I updated something.
Oh, you found the info.
Yeah, so please feel free to read through them.
Search far enough. All right, back to the LVT Halo 4v4 Swiss tournament. In 3rd and 4th, we had Team Business, which was Swish, Druck, Manny, and Talik, and then Team Foe, Jimbo, Snipe Drone, Wutum, and Mighties.
So there you go.
Bada bing, bada boom. There you go.
Bada bing, bada boom. Big shout outs to LVT for streaming and also keeping the VODs on YouTube as well. So that makes it super easy to find this information. Fuck you, Face It, for not making it easy to find this information. That's what I'll say right there. And yes, Riz, your boys, as a matter of fact, your boys are still looking for an organization to represent them. But yeah, should be exciting. Max says, I'm even forging a squads map. Yo, that sounds fucking dope. Invisiblade, Face It needs some work. Dude. So I was talking to Maddie Rums. Fuck you, Maddie. And Maddie Rums, not Maddie on your team, PD, but just want to make sure that's understood. What the fuck was I going to say? I was talking to Maddie Rums, and they made it so, like, previously, if you'd open up a Face It link, right, and you go to the participants and you're able to see all the teams that are participating in that tournament or whatever, you'd be able to click on that team and see who's on that team. Like, you'd be able to see that roster. Not anymore. They removed that. So, like, they don't fucking make it easy to find out who is on a team anymore. It's just fucking infuriating. So, whatever. Hopefully that shit gets better. I doubt they'll revert that change, but what are you going to do? Fuck you, Face It.
Yeah, fuck you, Face It.
Yeah, fuck you, Face It. Jesus Christ. What was I going to... Oh, yeah, Blackout. I want to reply to what you talked about earlier when we were talking about the Swiss format. No, I don't think it's going to be a test for the HCS. I think this is more so like LVT trying to be like, hey, We've heard Swiss is good. We think Swiss is good. We're going to do a Swiss thing. And that's that. So, yeah, real quick before we actually move on to the rest of the show, I want to catch up on some things here. Or actually, I'll save the follows for the shout-out section of the show, but there was a couple of things that I did actually miss. Dunked with the gifted sub to Piffin, your band, and via Meta, thank you for the 5 gifted subs earlier. I'm so sorry I missed that. Please know that I did see it. You're appreciated. Thank you so very much. Dayquil, if I didn't get you already, thank you for the brand new sub. And Chicka, thank you for the 19-month sub. That means, I think that's, 8 that I need to be given? So, woo! There it is. Thank you all very much for the brand new subs. Greatly appreciated. And thank you for Via Meta, what the 5 gifted. You're fucking awesome. Thank you so much. And if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. I'm really bad at that. But yeah. Shout out LVT. You guys are awesome. Thank you for putting on these events during the off season, and looking forward to seeing who signs up and competes this weekend. As a matter of fact, should be a fun time. Make sure you guys go show them the praise. Give the admin team some praise. The ones that are all working all behind the scenes as well. Give them all the praise as well. They're doing a killer job as they always do. And yeah, excited for this weekend. Excited for this fucking season to begin. Are we ready to move on, gentlemen?
Do it.
I would say so.
Then it's time for the regular news. Did I hit the news out button when I switched?
You did not.
I didn't think I did. I didn't fucking think I did. I just realized that. What? See, this is why I'm not in charge of the goddamn buttons, Will. You know what?
That's my fault. It's my fault for not being able to be there today.
Will, I got one question for you.
What's that?
Are you ready?
Oh, God.
Oh, that didn't even... Oh, shit, that didn't come through. Well, now I just look like a fucking idiot. God damn it!
Do the buttons get moved?
No, no. The buttons didn't get moved. I don't know why. Whatever. It doesn't... Fuck it. God. Let's talk about the Halo TV show, because that's all the rage now, ladies and gentlemen. The season 2 trailer has officially released. And then the Waypoint article, that wasn't really an article, says the Halo television series returns on February 8th exclusively on Paramount Plus, that everybody signed up for, and then got rid of, and are probably going to sign up for again if they didn't get burned by the show already. Just like people signed up for, was a fucking Peacock for a hot minute so they could get the playoff game, and then they're going to cancel their Peacock subscription. So there you go. Stream 2 episodes at premiere and a new episode every Thursday through March 21st. So there you go.
I will say the trailer looks good.
Yeah.
And it sounds like they're covering Reach.
Yeah.
So I'm all in for that. I hope they divert some things they did in season 1, and it's just I'll have to wait and see moment now. I'm still going to watch it no matter what.
Yeah. PD, did you watch the first season?
So I'm not a big movie guy.
Well, it's a TV show, so thankfully you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, true. Also very true. I mean, even less of a TV guy, because a movie you can just watch an hour and a half, 2 hours. You know, you're good, you're done, you caught it all. TV series, you know, you're committed. That could be a whole month long, 2 months long wait for the new show. I'll binge it when it's over. But I saw the feedback. He took his helmet off too much, and his romantic interests were too frequent. This is what I'm hearing. So that's what I'm basing my opinion on. But the new poster looks sick. I saw a lot of great feedback. Helmets are on, so that's a good start.
Well, they're on. They're on in that poster, not in the trailer.
Oh no. Okay, so we're back to that. That's no good. The poster looked good. Yeah. And what else? The battle scene in the poster did look pretty epic. It did pique my interest. But we'll have to wait and see. Maybe I'll catch an episode.
Ooh.
I mean, I do have to combat the helmet on all the time thing though, because as an actor, you want your face to be shown, right? Like you're not going to take a job and be like, no one's going to know who the hell I am.
That's a really good point.
Be careful. Now you're going to have the Mandalorian stands pop up in the chat, Will. Be careful.
But he took his helmet off eventually when he wasn't supposed to.
He did.
Right on
And it's-
cue.
See,
Twin
there's
King.
Spring right there. There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Remarkable.
And I don't know. I don't think it's not Pedro Pascal in the suit all the time.
Oh, because he doesn't need like probably stunt person or whatever that's in the suit.
There's like a separate actor that does like a lot of the stuff.
Okay.
There's two people there. So, and I think Pedro Pascal is big enough that like this other actor in the Halo show, I don't know, what else is he in? I don't know. So
Pablo Schreiber, is that his name?
Yeah, no idea.
I don't know what else he's in either because I didn't look into him that much. But no, I also have my abundant issues with the first season. But Will, I'm gonna do what you did, or what are you were doing, I guess you could say. I don't know if you finished it, but like I'm gonna go back and watch it again as well, and kind of binge it, just because I know that the things that I don't like are still gonna be there. Like, no offense, seriously, no offense to the actress that played Quan or anything like that. I just don't like that storyline. I think that storyline was, for lack of a better word, worthless in that show. It really felt like it didn't go anywhere, and then they go to a fucking well at the end of it all, and that's like a portal type fucking thing. It's like they could have just stuck with, like, I'm all about telling additional stories within that universe because there's so many other different stories that you could tell. Like that additional Spartan that was that had like been with John from before, and then the shit that happened to him. Like, I like that storyline. That was a cool one and whatnot. We can have more things like that. It's just that Quan storyline just felt so not it for me. And then the fucking fingernail energy sword type deal was weird. And yeah, the Master Cheeks thing that the joke is always about, that he shows his ass. I was genuinely surprised at how much ass was in the first season. Like, and not just Chief's ass. Like, there was lots of other people's asses in the first season. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now? This is fucking weird. And then
That sounds weird. Everything I'm hearing, you're confirming.
it was weird, but the thing
weird.
It is weird. But the thing I will say is I don't even know if this is a redeeming quality. Again, I want to go back and watch it, but like the things that I was genuinely happy about within the show, because there were things that I did like, and the things that I did like about that show were the combat scenes. I think those were very well done. I think it really showed the unique sandbox at Halo's disposal. And I love how the show opens. Yes, with Quan, but at the same time, it was the elites coming in, the Spartans dropping in, a really bloody scene that like really set the tone for what you could try to expect from the show. Yes, obviously things deviated a little bit, but no, there were some good moments in that series in the first season. I think the combat was one of the main highlights. So the fact that now the first trailer for season 1, like the trailer for season 1 also showed some combat that looked cool. So like season 2 shows a lot of combat that looks cool. So I'm going to try to keep my expectations in check here. But the combat that they did show in season 2's trailer did look pretty sweet. I'm excited for that. So we'll see if Chief fucks again.
If they're going to get something right, that should be it.
Yeah.
The combat. So that's good that like priority 1 was executed on, it sounds like. Just maybe dial back the ass is what I'm hearing.
Literally and figuratively dial back the ass. Dial back the physical asses that are shown on the show, and then bring back like the amount of just shit that the show is. So, just there you go. Beautiful. You look like is it Dr. Evil from the Awesome Powers
it
movies?
is. Yes.
Oh,
it is, yes.
Yeah, you're petting your fucking dog.
I should, yeah. So I think Mariah's home now. She doesn't often have meetings after work. But you know what? If you guys can give me a minute, I might be able to go give Moose to his mother.
I mean, you can keep Moose on the show. It's okay. I was just commenting on what you look like. That's all.
Outstanding movies. For me, timeless classics. If I watched them today, I don't know if I'd appreciate them as much, but all those Austin Powers were they were hysterical at the time.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely hysterical.
I think gold member was like the pinnacle of that shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I'm going to press the button this time, I promise. That's it for the regular news. It's time for Call Games Watch! So, some things happened in the realm of the Call of Duties. Will, guess what?
What's that?
We're not the worst team in the league anymore.
We are not.
We're the
But
second.
I was shocked.
We're the second to worst team in the league now.
We moved up. It's like for any of those that remember the movie The Little Giants,
Oh, God.
when they finally get a yard, the whole bench erupts like, we got a yard. That's what this feels like to me.
Yep, that's us, ladies and gentlemen. The Minnesota Rocker, not the worst team in the league anymore, but we are the second worst team in the league. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. So, but that's not what I wanted to fucking talk about. I want to talk about Challengers. So, the Call of Duty League Challengers 2024 season has been announced. This is by the Call of Duty League. Challengers overview. Below is a quick refresher on all things Challengers and what to expect during the 2024 season. Cups are back for all 4 regions. These open events are a chance for players to earn prizing and challenger points during online weekend tournaments. Again, online weekend tournaments. There will be 11 cups in total throughout the 2024 season, and the first cup of the 2024 Challenger season will take place from January 20th through the 21st, 2024. The full schedule is available at the link they include in the article, which is included in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show, ! Show notes in chat. There you go, check it out. Opens. The first Challengers Open of the 2024 season will be hosted by the Boston Breach and will take place from January 26th through the 28th at Major 1. This event will be seeded by a combination of all 2024 Cup 1 points and 10% of each player's 2023 Challengers points. An additional Challengers Open will be hosted by Toronto Ultra at Major number 3. So, just to recap that one more time, there will be 2 Challengers Opens on LAN. One during Major number 1, one during Major number 3. We're going to talk about why that's significant in just a minute. Elite. 3 Challengers Elite seasons will take place during the 24 Challenger season. Challengers Elite North America and Europe continues with 12 teams, 2 groups of 6, with the top 8 keeping their spot after each season. Challengers Elite teams will not be allowed to participate in cups falling upon the first week of their Challengers Elite season and will be provided points and prizing instead. We want to ensure that teams outside of Elite are still given the opportunity to showcase their talents and earn points and prizing throughout the season. Cool. Challengers Finals is the pinnacle of global competitive amateur competition for Call of Duty esports, and we want to ensure that all regions are represented fairly. Challengers Finals is continuing with 16 teams with hotel and travel being provided for all competitors. There will be 2 methods by which a Challengers team can qualify for the finals. The regional leaderboard, 10 teams, 4 for North America, 4 for EU, 1 APAC, and 1 Latin America. And then the last chance qualifier is going to be 6 teams, 2 from NA, 2 from EU, 1 APAC, and 1 Latin as well. So why only 2 open events? Martin Ohms, shout out Voodoo Man, put out a tweet that encapsulates kind of what's going on. Adam Apicella chimed in as well, provided his viewpoint of it, basically confirming what Martin was talking about. And another reason why I want to talk about this is because I think it can lead and tie heavily into Halo Major Opens. So bear with me, and here we go. So Martin Ohms said, one of the main reasons is due to all the extra costs. As we have moved further away from consoles to PCs, it has made it much more difficult to do open LAN events. So for all the Halo AMs complaining about Xboxes in the pit, in reality, that is what is allowing the HCS to even do opens. Now again, that is from his perspective. He's worked on multiple events, so I would not just take his word with a grain of salt. Like, I would genuinely heed the information that he's talking about. Another reason is Adam Apicella. The first thing he talks about is 2 Challengers events is not enough. That said, running these events on PC and all of the live ops requirements needed, the costs have skyrocketed compared to when we used to run it on console for the CWL. Back in the CWL, we would roll out consoles we own from the Sony deal, and we need internet to basically update the PCs before the event, and the week of the event since Game Was Always blessed us with a massive update the week of. I mean, as it seems like that just continues to fucking happen. That said, costs were next to nothing. In order to run challengers now, it's not only finding a venue that fits all the requirements for the CDL stage and broadcast. No, open brackets and theaters do not mix, but also bringing on a full IT team to maintain the PCs and large-scale internet requirements to play. Not easy to solve, not cheap. And then second, he posted, if you were posed with the option for CDL of having more challenger events, but it came at the cost of being on console, would you take it? I don't work at the league, but I know how expensive and unscalable PC opens are cost-wise and operationally. What would you choose?
That was Adam Apicella.
That was all from Adam.
Yeah, that's a lot of great. I follow him on Twitter as well. I believe I happen to miss that. But always insightful, like from someone who's done it all, you think, in the industry. Great questions. I think I'd much prefer having them opens to not. So I don't know why it wouldn't be console. Like, why would you vote otherwise? I'm not sure.
Well,
yeah, I agree. Bring the consoles back. If you can run more opens and the amateurs can get in and play and show off their talent, why not?
So I haven't gone back and listened to these old episodes, Will, but I know that there had been conversations in the past, like with Raleigh and I mean, the first 2 or 3 majors of the first season of HCS, like Infinite HCS, where there was that conversation of, oh my God, like players, right? Players talking about, oh my God, playing on console compared to PC is so fucking terrible. It's so different, blah, blah, blah. Is there a way we can make it so like the top 8 from Open are playing on PCs? Are we able to transition them over? Like there was a lot of conversations, right, that we talked about on the show at that time.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, I haven't gone back and listened to those episodes, but what I will say is I imagine I had a viewpoint around of what we always talk about, Will, where we want things to be as competitive as possible. And if it means if it means those top teams playing on PC, like in the open bracket, like the top 8, whatever it may be, then obviously we want things to be the most competitive, the most fair. But hearing these viewpoints from both Martin and Adam, that opens up like another thing that I was fucking naive and didn't even think about. Like, yes, there's way more operational costs that are associated with it. Yes, there's a lot more, technical aspects to it because you have to make sure that PCs have the same or very, very similar hardware because we know that the HCS PCs are not all running on the same hardware. That's been proven. And then Windows updates, driver updates, you need to make sure that everything's compatible with one another. It's so much more involved when you have to deal with PCs all the time, where with consoles, what should happen with consoles is you plug it in, you get it updated, you're good to go. Like it should just be that simple. Thug says that those conversations are still being had in Halo. Thug, welcome back, by the way. Good to see you. Thank you for that clarification. So clearly, Coach Clutch adds that COD AMs want consoles back. He said, Hex said nobody but those two raised their hand. I don't know what that was in reference to, Clutch. I apologize. But if it sounds like COD AMs want consoles back, I'm curious what the Halo AMs are thinking about, you know? PD, so you guys are obviously going to have a team that are going into the 2024 season, and your viewpoint is just bring the consoles back. That's fine. What are your thoughts? I'm curious now, because you've competed in the open bracket as well, you personally. What are your thoughts on the Xbox versus console? I mean, the console versus PC dealio with an open bracket.
I mean, from a business standpoint, like Mr. Adam Apicella said, if it's not something that is realistic and is going to put the business at risk, and with the, I'm not going to say fragile, but with the, some people still have doubt as to how sustainable this is long term. Like, I think it's about sustainability. and just ease of putting on the tournament. Like if they're going to have issues and they're not going to be able to supply enough and there's going to be different hardware, I from my open experience, which I've competed in two, I didn't last very long in the bracket, but I did experience it. It was fine. If you're going there to compete on an Xbox, so be it. Like there's nothing wrong with that. The true talent should still shine through. All for the Xboxes. Get all the consoles in there. Once you hit pool play, yeah, PCs, sure.
Yeah.
But let's get as many people as we can and make it as sustainable as possible for the tournament organizer to continue to put on the tournaments and allow them to do more. So get the consoles in there for the open bracket, and the right talent will make it to pool play.
Absolutely agree. Will, we've probably talked about it ad nauseum too. It's that the best players are going to make their way through regardless, right? You deal with the things that are put in front of you. And if everybody's playing, like if you're an open and everybody's playing on the same hardware, and as long as obviously you have your frames set correctly within the game settings because you're connected to 120, like a 240 hertz monitor, if I'm not mistaken, like as long as you have all those settings dialed in and whatnot and everybody's playing on the same shit, then it should just come down to your skill. Your skill as a player, your skill as a team. The better teams are going to move forward. If you get to PCs, cool. If you don't, sucks to suck. Also, Coach Clutch, I want to ask you a question because I thought I saw a tweet about this and I feel dumb for not including it in the show notes. Coach Clutch replied to what I talked about, his comment on like only two raised their hands. That was in reference to run the Challengers events. Boston and Toronto were the ones that offered to. Nobody else wanted to, and nobody was required to. Coach Clutch, I want to ask you a question. I believe I saw a tweet that was talking about how those that are running the events, like the Challengers events, have to pay for it out of their pocket. Like those organizations need to pay for it out of their pocket. Is that true? Am I completely wrong here? I could be completely wrong here. I'm genuinely asking. I
saw that as well.
Right? I swear to God, I saw a tweet about that.
I did. Again, I would also question the validity. I think that's an excellent question. Shout out Coach Clutch.
Coach Clutch says, yes, they have to cover the whole event. That's what Hex said. That sucks too. That's a whole other fucking debacle. But regardless, then I guess I also need to give a massive shout out to the Boston Breach and the Toronto Ultra for fronting those costs to do those Challengers events at their majors. So big ups to them for doing that. Obviously, for the COD AMs out there, for the COD Challengers out there, obviously, we wish that there was we wish that there was a Challengers LAN taking place at every major, because that would, again, just mean more competition, mean more eyes, like more players that can make their way on the come up. That'd be amazing and a way to showcase your talent. But shout out to the Boston Breach and Toronto Ultra for even doing that. So that's wow.
Shout out Canada.
Sure. Shout out Canada, PD, just for you.
Let's go.
Good fucking Lord.
That's nice. That was a good one. That was a good shout out. Good shout out.
Perfect. Yeah. Just because of you, just because of that. All the other shout outs were shit, but that one right there, that was fucking golden.
Well done, everybody.
Oh my God. All right. And then the other piece in COD and Other Games Watch, because it doesn't need to be strictly COD related, I want to talk about the Rocket League Championship Series, or the RLCS, and the leaving the talent in the dark. Lethamir put out a tweet, and he says following: "It's so disrespectful to leave your talent in the dark for 5 months just to rip their career from them 2 weeks before the events start back up again. The casters are all a staple of RLCS, and they're part of the culture. I can't believe it." So for those who don't know, for those who want a little bit of a backstory here, a lot of the established casters and talent for the RLCS were not invited back for the 2024 season. And this isn't necessarily to bring new people in, but more so to downsize what they already have. From what I've seen, from what I've heard, they already have a large talent pool that was available. And this is no excuse. Like, I'm just trying to put it out there so people understand. Like, this is not an excuse. But from what I've seen, from what I've read, they had a large pool of talent previously, and they were downsizing due to operational costs and whatnot. So they decided to not allow these individuals back for the 2024 season. But to go off of what Lethamyr was saying, the really, really shitty part is that, like he says, they left them in the dark and then didn't tell them until a couple weeks before events are going to start back up, when a lot of people's livelihoods, like, this is their job. This is their career. And it's not just as easy as stepping into another game, stepping into another scene, because it's like you poured all of your dedication and all your talent into this scene that you were prepared for. And so it just, that fucking blows. And I want to say this real quick. I typed out a statement I want to read real quick in regards to this. So bear with me. Okay. Here's what I typed out. And I want, like, everybody to know that even though I'm just reading what I typed, like, I truly fucking mean this. Because I feel like this needs to be fucking said. So to all the casters, analysts, and talent that are having to deal with the decisions made by the RLCS by not being invited back for the 2024 season, I truly wish you all the best and hope you're all provided opportunities that can showcase your talent and expertise. Because that's exactly what you all are. Experts in your craft. You are storytellers. You are context givers. You are hype makers. You are educators. The amount of hours, work, dedication, and passion you bring to the scene does not go unnoticed, and without you all, the broadcast, and by extension the scene as a whole, wouldn't be anywhere near the quality of what it is today. And frankly, you all deserve better. And that doesn't just go for the talent of RLCS. That goes for casters, analysts, talent of any esport, period. Like, yes, we're in like a Halo bubble, I guess you could say. But I mean what I fucking say, where the broadcasts, like the HCS broadcasts, the LVT broadcasts, the other grassroots broadcasts that happen, they simply wouldn't be what they are without the casters, the analysts, and the other talent that they have. It just wouldn't. Like, it wouldn't be nearly as engaging. Like, we all love watching pro Halo gameplay. Like, it's just fun to watch. But part of that experience is the talent that are bringing you that through a different lens. And it's so, thank you. It's so important that they get the recognition that they deserve. And it's so important that, like, we understand that esports is a very, very volatile thing right now, and has been, I mean, probably forever, but really, like, things really started to hit the fan when COVID happened, right? And it's just, and I understand that everything's a business. I understand you're trying to keep operational costs as best as you can, because, like, obviously you want to make money, but you also want to be able to provide, so on and so forth. I get that from a business standpoint. But we talk, like, I give shit to the HCS all the time in terms of communication. And this is another issue, this time with Rocket League, where these people, their livelihoods were completely shaken up, and some put into fucking turmoil because they weren't notified until the last second. And that's unacceptable. Like, I don't care what business you're in. Like, it's just fucking unacceptable. Communication is a standard within any business. And if it's not, you see businesses fail. Plain and simple. So, again, I mean it to everybody out there that's being affected by this, to anybody out there that's being affected by any esport in general, where if you're not being invited back and that was your income and that's what you're providing your family on, I truly fucking wish you the best. I'm so fucking sorry that it's happening. And know that you are so appreciated within the space that you're in. And yeah, I hope you're able to get another opportunity you deserve, because it's just fucking unacceptable. That's all I wanted to say.
I don't think it's very possible at all to disagree with any of that. I mean, as someone who's organized tournaments, ran them, casted for other tournament organizers, including LVT, so fucking blessed. They're unbelievable. And I saw Louis tweet out the other day just explaining briefly, shining a light on what that day was, that Swiss tournament day and the 2v2 the day before. Within the span of 48 hours, some of them worked 24 hours. I think that might even be wrong. It might even more. But the hours they're putting in to keep that engine running behind the scenes is remarkable. And yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with the communication. Like, the least you can do for your team of people that are supporting you on those 12-hour, 14-hour, 16-hour days. I wouldn't be surprised if they lodged a quick 16 hours on that the Sunday for the Swiss. Might even more. 17, like when you include the time you wake up to the time the stream hits off. It is an unbelievable day they put in. So to transpose that into another league and to just find out people are cut without notification and that's their income, that's with the amount of passion those people are displaying for your tournament and your league, it's like you're not coming back from that. The amount of respect you lose from those people and the turmoil you cause is that's pretty irreparable, I would say.
Going off what you talk about with the Louis tweet, I have it right here. I'll read through it real quick. He says, blown away by the support for the LVT team, down to every viewer. Our first two events had its ups and downs, but we delivered a great experience for all involved, in my opinion. Tools and I put in 24 hours of hosting and producing. Night and Night observed 12 hours of Epic 4v4. Why Not Active, Eli, and Mikowski casted for 12 hours. Dragonite and Thug put in 24 hours of admin work. Mr. T and Crumpets and Frag Out put in 12. Shout out to our LVT chat mods for holding the chat on a leash. They had co-streamers as well, so on and so forth. So yes, fucking shout out to them.
Takes a village.
Absolutely. Blue Panda in the chat, welcome back, by the way, says, so I'm one of the T1 casters and hosts for the Rainbow Six under Blast, and I can guarantee you I won't know whether I'm working 2024 until a week before competition starts. As soon as we saw Blast were taking over Rocket League, we knew what was coming. That's unfucking acceptable. Like, that, Panda, I feel for you. That sucks. That is unacceptable. Like, oh my God. Jesus Christ. I literally don't have additional words to add to that. Like, of how disappointing and how stupid that is. Because it shouldn't be that hard. It just literally shouldn't be that fucking hard. We know that planning for these things are happening months, if not a year in advance, right? For the next year of events. Like, we know that that's the case. So because that's the case, why the fuck aren't these conversations happening earlier?
Well, I'm sure what's happening is, like, they're trying to get these events locked in and they don't know their quote unquote casting budget until after everything's locked in and paid for. And then they're like, oh shit, we overspent here.
It's just fucking stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Just stupid.
So I guess they probably just figured from a business standpoint, which is disgusting. Well, let's organize the venue, this far out. That's the first thing we need to figure out.
Yeah.
And talent, well, we know we've got 8 people for 6 positions. We'll be fine. We'll tell them last. Like, that's absolutely disgusting.
That
I don't know. Just, to me, that just the image that presents,
mm-hmm.
like, as a player, that's not something that a light is shined on enough. But now that I've kind of seen the other side where, I'm trying to do a little bit more than just compete. Well, in fact, I'm just simply not competing much anymore. Like, that's something the players just don't know.
Yeah.
So thank you for shining a light on that. And Blue Panda, the empathy that we got to show and for you is just, wow. It's not cool in the slightest and downright disgusting, to be honest, that's a position that that's a tough economic position to be put in for absolutely anybody. And Mariah's home. I'm going to go, I'll be one moment.
Sounds
I'm gonna
good.
go let Moose see his mother.
No worries.
I'll be right back.
All good. Panda says, we had 2 major North American talents find out that they were out of work via social media. That's fucking insane. I don't care what business you're in. I don't care what organization you are. That is unacceptable. Those are employees, and that, oh my God. Here's the other thing too. Contract or otherwise, I couldn't give a shit. Like, I couldn't give a shit if it was contract or otherwise. It's just frankly fucking unacceptable. It is insane. Chat, I've been left alone. I wish I could play you the Mind Freak sound over and over and over again, but clearly it's not fucking working, and I don't know why. So I apologize. Will probably head to the bathroom, if I'm being honest. That's probably what Will did. Hi, chat. How we all doing? Oh. Isn't PD fucking great? PD's fucking great. Setting up OBS for today, they just reach out and I'm like, hey, do you just want to be on this show? It would make things way easier for me. He's like, yeah. Fuck yeah. I'm like, fuck yeah. And here we are. We're fucking here. And I'm all alone again. All by myself. Riz, we fucking? Yeah, dude. Cha, dude. Fucking on Wednesday, dude? Hell yeah. You're not alone. You have 66 friends in the chat. Hey, I appreciate that. Hello, friends. There's Will. Welcome back, you fuck.
Sorry. I had to go. I've been pounding soda today to try to stay awake.
You need to take a little tinkle winkle.
Yeah, I had to run. My bad.
Or as I'm going to put her on blast right now, as a coworker would say, and I'm obviously not going to name her. As a coworker would say, you need to visit the Tinkle Fairy.
Sure,
that's what she says. I don't know why, but that's what she says. There you go.
All right.
And PD's back as well. Look at that.
Josh was alone?
Yeah, I was fucking.
He
yeah.
was for a minute. I had to.
You guys left me. The fuck, man. This is bullshit.
No. Well, we back.
That's right.
We're here.
We fucking. All right.
Busy. I'm doing a show right now.
Fuck you, PD. We're fucking later then. All right. So that. That's it for Con Other Games Watch, which means it's time for Will's Adventures with the Nailovers and Other Games 2. This time joined by PD. Will, what'd you play last week?
3 games. Halo Infinite. Unfortunately, couldn't join in the play date because I was at a Timberwolves game. My brother surprised me. He got free tickets, so I'm like, we gotta go.
And we won.
And we did. We stomped the other team. It was nice to see a Minnesota team not fall into the trap game for once. But yeah, did 8s on Monday, and then I've been playing some matchmaking here and there, mostly with Riz, and then also playing the finals. I'm enjoying it. They have some great cosmetics in the game. I haven't spent any money on the game yet. I'm thinking about getting the battle pass.
Oh shit.
One of my favorite things they came out with is they have a gun skin, and after you get a kill, it prints a receipt on the side of the skin with the enemy name on it that you just killed. I'm like,
it's fucking insane.
Hell yes. It was it's amazing. But yeah, been grinding the finals out. I'm up to like level 54 or something in the 100 tier battle pass, and still have 58 days to go. So we'll see if I get there. And then played some more Madden 23. Joey has finally broken the 0-4 streak, and he is now 3-4. So
wow.
He's rattled off 3 games in a row.
Wow.
So You know how so we're playing Madden 23.
Yeah.
But in Madden 24, they have that new like home field advantage bar.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I think that was somewhat implemented in 23 because Joey's been playing as the home team for 2 of those 3 games. And it seems like maybe the home team does have that edge, but it's just not shown in game in 23. But yeah, those are the 3 games I've played this week.
Before I go to you, PD, real quick. Oh, Bump, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. He's telling you, PD, look at that blazer. And then...
Oh, Bump. He's the homie.
Yes. And then, also, Rasta, good luck in your HRL match tonight. Fucking go fucking kill it.
Oh, yeah,
dude.
let's go.
Go fucking kill it. All right, so, PD, I know one of them is going to be infinite, but what have you been playing over the past week?
Oh no. So I played work.
Oh God.
Let's see. I played pool. Actually, that's actually really very passionate about pool. My dad took me to play when I was 12 and fell in love with the game. Every game's different. Similar to Halo, every game's different, even though you're jumping into the same freaking game. It's infinite combinations of possibilities. So Pool League went really well this week. If I can humbly talk about that, as a team, we won 5-1. Actually, I posted a picture on the back of the score sheet. Our team's passion was just overflowing. We were talking about shots we missed and like looking at cue balls. Where'd you hit on the cue ball? What were we trying to do? Path of, Riz, 10,000% yes. I cannot wait to play pool with you. I would love to. But yeah, I don't play any other games on my PC other than Halo Infinite.
Jesus Christ, the pure passion.
Yeah.
So PD, here's my question then. Obviously, you've been saying pool consistently, but do you ever call it billiards, or is it strictly just pool to you?
So to me, it's always been pool, but yeah, no, it's always been pool. I think billiards is the original game maybe where you only have 3 balls and you're trying to like hit them into each other in some sort of way. But yeah, always pool. Always called it pool. Eight ball's the game.
Thank you for the history lesson.
I think that's correct. I don't know. Fact check me if you want.
I expect chat will. So yeah, wouldn't put it past chat. All right. Well, how's Halo been going then, PD?
So I was mentioning before we started the show, our friendly 8s have evolved. So as of late, we have usually done picks. Let's pick some captains that are similar in skill or that want to just go up against each other right now and say, I want to beat that guy for whatever reason. Who knows? I want to teabag him. Piffin, you're banned. So lately, we've actually been trying where we'll just try and make the teams as balanced as we can. So started on a notepad. Let's just get all 8 players and CSRs and figure out which combination makes the best average. Now we have a Google Sheet where we enter in the CSRs and we can just drag and drop and it'll do the math for us, which is lovely. So wonderful. In short, Halo's been wonderful. It usually is. Any small speed bumps are usually just driven by passion and 2 people that don't necessarily agree in that moment. We can separate our differences, realize we're playing for fun, and get right back to it. Love it.
Awesome. Question goes to both of you. So PD, obviously you've been doing a lot of 8s. I assume you've been running some ranked matchmaking every now and again as well. Will, I don't know how much ranked you've played since our last talk about this, but I am curious from both of you guys because I have not been able to partake that much. I've been playing some other things. But ranked update came out. Big meta changes across the board. Big changes on a lot of different maps. What are your guys' thoughts so far after tinkering with these a little bit more?
PD, I'll let you go first here.
Oh, I was thinking the same thing, but I will say the QT on Livefire can be absolutely hysterical. I'm sure at the pro level, I think I saw Spartan was like saying they should just GA it already, which I think is a pretty passionate decision to make on like day 4. But either way, I can respect it. He definitely has more knowledge as to how it can be abused and, affecting spawns and quickly in strongholds bopping around. But I mean, let's let this thing breathe. It was hilarious when I used it, but I guess at competitive level, you don't want hilarity. One thing I will mention, if you can do it, send me a clip of it. If I tried this the other night, I planted the QT on the extraction point in the B hole on B. You know exactly where it is when I say that.
Yeah.
Because someone planted the extraction point in the B hole. And either way, so I planted my QT directly on top of it, waiting for a player to go try to extract so I could QT on top of him and blow him up. And I completely fumbled the bag. I should go back and clip it. I turned it into a disaster, but it was hilarious, and I'm going to try it again. So I don't know. I just look forward to the new meta. I like the changes. Changes good in this case. It'll shift it all up, and I can't wait to see how the pros use it. I want to see some crazy QT plays. And the camo, I don't know. I think it's underpowered.
Real quick, Will, before you go, did you guys see the that Lucid play during the LVT tournament with the QT on live fire?
Not that I'm remembering.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it was Lucid, but oh man, he was dipsy doodling the fuck out of a player around that back B loop in back green. Like he was just, it was fucking insane. Like I need to find it, but I'm gonna find it. Will, what are your thoughts so far after you've tinkered with it a little further?
I'm still not. I don't mind it. Especially like the QT on live fire. I think it is fun to use, and it creates some variables that will make the map not stale. I agree with PD saying camo's a little underpowered. Especially on live fire, the way that map is played and the setups kind of make camo not efficient to use. And the thing I do like about it being on the map, though, is that you do have to get it cleanly, right? Like where OS, you could grab it while your team's fighting and get away with it. If you're trying to jump up and grab camo while your team's still in that fight and the area's not clear, they're going to know right where you are. Those nades are going to come in, or you're still going to be shot as you're popping that camo. I see it dropped all the time because of that, or just burnt. So I think it's an interesting change to have on live fire. I see in chat the heat wave did get moved on Aquarius to bottom mid, so it is still there. If you were wondering where it went, it's there.
Like we talked about it last time, I think it opens up another opportunity for fights to take place down there. Actually make it a viable position to have fights.
Yeah, I think a lot of people avoid the P side because at least P2 is easily nadeable. You're kind of trapped on P1 if you can't get out and you get collapsed on. But that OS draws fights over there. It opens up the rest of the map, creates different angles to be had. I like the changes there. Still trying to get used to the B hill on recharge for King of the Hill. Being in batteries, that back half of batteries, haven't figured out a A1 strat for that, but it's getting there. Tried to have someone hold like top white or BR and also gold at the same time, but then it's the enemy team just gets to pick which way they funnel through, and you got to make sure you have crosses for that B hill and get the scrap time. So. Like the changes they made just for the fact that it's all fresh now. It's new. It's not the same thing we've been doing for the last 2 years.
Amen.
Hell yeah. And yeah, like you said, I'm curious how those setups are going to happen on that B hill on recharge, because we talked about it, like from how I look at it, and we talked about this before, it looks like a smaller hill generally than the other hills on the map. Like just size-wise, it just looks smaller.
Right. You only have I wouldn't even say half of batteries to work with, a little bit less than that. You have those back two pillars, and it kind of just surrounds that.
Right. And if you're in the hill, then it really feels like you're just a sitting duck in there, which means it feels like you have to more heavily rely on your teammates to be in better positions to look over you and make sure that they are blocking sight lines and they are able to get crosses and so on and so forth. So yeah, I'm curious how that'll work out in the pros.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of gets to me about that hill is how easily nadeable it is.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, I felt bottom mid, they moved to last in the rotation because of how much a stalemate it is. I think we're going to see the same thing at the higher tier play with that B hill.
Yeah. And now it feels like, I mean, they removed the nades from red pipes and they put them near like the turbine area, right? So like, or like more towards needles. So if anything, I just thought about this. If anything, that gives a player an opportunity to pick up those nades right away and start throwing them back there to try to get a player off kilter or whatnot, instead of having to go into red pipes to get them or get a remote detonation, whatever it is. Like, it just gives an opportunity to pick up nades right off the bat. Like, if they wanted to make a push or something.
I liked that change.
Yeah.
It seemed very difficult to get into red pipes.
Oh, yeah.
And then it begs the argument, why weren't you with me when we pushed red pipes? I died, you weren't with me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they threw 4 grenades at you and you blew up.
Yeah.
Or they remote det you right then and there, too.
I don't want that to happen to both of us,
Yeah.
so I let you go in first. Now that problem hopefully is solved a little bit, and it's a little easier to push red pipes.
PD is just a master So
I wouldn't dare. Big team guy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Fucking pure passion.
Yeah, exactly. Always looking out for the team. Always got the team in mind.
Also, I just to circle back on something you mentioned in regards to Spartan's tweet, and this is obviously like no shade to Tyler or anything like that. I love your response to I'll just say quote unquote hot take, where you say, "Oh, that's a passionate take." I love that. Like, instead of, like, and I'm not saying what Tyler said was a bad idea. Like, because I was watching that Strongholds clip we talked about last week, watching that Strongholds clip with the QT on live fire. I'm like, oh God, it used in the right hands, this could be, I'm not going to say game breaking, but like, the whole point about Strongholds is that you have proper setups and whatnot, and the QT can really deviate from that standpoint. I'm not going to go on a diatribe, but like, that's just what I was thinking. But I could just see PD right now. If somebody has, not Tyler, but just somebody in general has a shit take on Twitter, like, PD's just sitting back looking at me like, that's a passionate take.
I think so. It spawns from playing hours and hours and hours and hours of matchmaking with, like, I'll play with absolutely anybody. I think that's the beauty of it. Like, you're going to see different play styles. You're going to have different personalities. Different personalities have different play styles, but some clash.
Yeah.
So when people start arguing or getting upset with each other about why didn't you do this, why didn't you do that, they're becoming passionate. Their passion is showing. And there's different forms of passion. That one might take a bit more of a negative tone, but it is still passion. So I don't know. People are getting upset. It's passion.
PD, you say you'll play with anybody and everybody, but that's not true if you're Onyx 1600 or above.
Well, so I'm not currently. I think I'm towing the line. I don't know. One day I'll be 1500. The next I'll be 1600. Then I'll be 1620. Then I'll be fighting for my life for Onyx. I'll play with anybody. I'll play anybody.
No, I was throwing shade. I was throwing shade at 343, not you. I was throwing shade at 343 for having that 1600 cap limit for being able to play with friends. That was the point.
Why haven't they gotten enough feedback? What's the reasoning? They've been off the spotlight for that one for a while. We were on their case day in and day out for a while, but I guess we just gave up. Like, what, 1700? Why can't they just bump that up a little bit?
PD, that spotlight has never left this show. Like, that spotlight shines on them brightly every fucking week. Like, that'll never go away until it changes. I can promise you that much.
It's not hard. It's probably like one line of code. Max 17. There, click. Go.
Oh my God.
Who do we got to talk to?
Ladies and gentlemen, PD's passion's coming out right now. That's what that is. All right. Real quick, I played some more Infinite as well, but I did the community playdate. And then that was also a lot of fun as always. And then I've been still playing Final Fantasy 16, just fucking plugging away, trying to complete basically everything in that game. And it's still a lot of fun, believe it or not. So that's all I played. All right. Let's get into some shoutouts. Happy belated birthday to Riley Hastings and Holt Hammer, who's in the chat right now. Happy belated birthday to you. Happy birthday today to Descendant, a.k.a. Carmea, or I should say formerly known as Carmea. It is his birthday. Shout out to LVT Halo on passing 60,000 followers on Twitch. That's fucking amazing. Congrats to you guys. Shout out to everyone who joined in the community playdate that happened. That was Blackout, Elated Dartboard, Fox Too Quick, Game Crazy John, Halt Hammer, Rostermania Jr., Riznak, Snagoo, and Wildcan Joker. Shout out to everyone who followed and subbed during the motherfucking live show. Got a lot, so bear with me. Let's see. Zarlam, Space Crabs, Blues Coos, Turbo Sniper, Oopsie, Atticus, Mark the Walls, Wildfire, Sir Birds. I'm going to say Ken. Mallow Tuco. Yeah. Groom Champion, True Taco, Mike, Dakewill, Doug's, Step Stool. I almost flubbed that one. Omniscient Wolf, Uzi, Palpheus, Mr. Willis, Elusive Fears, Aloof Jelly, Zev. Oh, God. C, is that a Q? Waffy? I don't know, man. I'm sorry. Oh, Bump and Weatherbees. Thank you all very what?
Is it Quaffy? Like Quaffy?
Is it Quaffy? It's CQB. Wait, no, it's CQB. Is it Waffle? Is it just Waffle?
CQB Waffles.
That's
it
it.
Waffles?
It's Waffles.
Waffles?
Yeah.
That's the homie Paul. Let's go, Paul.
There you go. We fucking got there eventually. Jesus Christ. But yeah, thank you all very much for the follows. Greatly fucking appreciated. Dakewill, thank you for the 100 biddies. Thank you so very much for those bits. And then also, give me a quick seckaroonie here. John with the 8-month resub, Ashley with the 10-month resub, Riz with the 8-month resub, Dunked with the gifted sub to Piffin, you're still banned, Via Meta with the 5 gifted subs, Dakewill with the brand new sub, and Chica with the 19-month resub. You all get a woo! Thank you so very much for the new subs, the resubs, all the fucking, you guys are fucking awesome. And then shout out to everyone who's a patron at the semi-pro and higher tiers. That includes Dakota, Christian, D Pancakes, Ashley, Voodoo Man, Rasta Monkey Jr., Ricky Der Snagoo, Raider Hater, Peanut Butt, One Swell Danny, Danny Phantom, Riznak, Zarners, Obby Joy, Mr. Smiley, High Tech Redneck, Goalie Sniper, The Only Neeb, Heavy Rainfall, and Elated Artboard. Thank you all very much for the extra support over on the Patreon. Topher, the fuck with the 5 gifted, you get a woo. Fuck. Thank you for the gifted subs, man. Very nice of you.
I was just going to mention Remedy Boots. Shout out to Remedy Boots. It's their birthday today as well. Let's fucking go, Remedy Boots. Hope you've had a great day.
Happy birthday, Remedy. Cheers to you. That's fucking awesome.
I'll join in on this.
There you go. Look at that. Cheers all around, ladies and gentlemen. Happy birthday, Remedy. Enjoy the day. It's yours too, Ashley. What the fuck, Ashley? Happy fucking birthday. Cheers to you.
Hey.
What the fuck?
I'm so glad you said that, Ashley. Let's fucking go. Are you locked in today? Are you locked in? You don't need to be. You can do whatever you want. Happy birthday, Ashley. Hopefully you'll see
John
another
is
event soon.
asking. John is asking if we can get some PD woos.
Yeah, they're getting their
Is Discord like
they cut it
you
out.
laugh?
Yeah, get cut. I knew it. Nope, still cut.
There we
That
go.
better? No.
Oh my god.
Too much passion. Too much passion.
Too much passion. Way too much passion. Jesus Christ.
They came through on our ends. I don't know. I just blew Josh and Will's eardrums.
No, it cuts like Discord has like Discord just automatically will cut it if it gets
It's
too
got a limiter, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So don't worry.
It happens.
Oh my god. But no, seriously, fucking Remedy and Ashley, happy birthday to you guys today. That's awesome. Next time, fucking shout it through the rooftop so I can fucking shout it out properly. And actually, I'm gonna add that to the fucking show notes right now.
Beautiful.
Remedy Boots and Ashley Blair. Boom shakalaka.
All in one, yes. So I found out about that. More passion, more energy, more energy, more passion. I found out about that probably about 2 months ago, and I say it at least once a stream, I would say, since. That's electric. Unbelievable. That guy gets it.
Oh my god. It's your fucking soul animal.
It's just a beautiful thing. It's really a beautiful thing.
Love it. All right. That's it for the shout outs. Time to get some community creations. Halo memes every day. Reddit.com/r/Halo memes. Go check it out. HCS film reel by leaving marks. PD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Let's go, Mark. Fuck yeah. Oh, absolute legend. He's a GOAT. Check it out. I tweeted it. He tweeted it. It's beautiful. As per usual, everything he does is beautiful. Leaving marks on Twitter. He's a legend.
I love how you were so fucking surprised when I called you out on that.
I mean, I read most of the show notes. Didn't make it to that part.
Yep, didn't fucking read them all. That's fine. You're not the only one, PD. So
I've been caught.
You have. It's okay. Massive rank changes. My breakdown of first impressions. This is by Eli the Ninja. Go check that video out. We have Who is Native Gaming Halo? This is by Sin. Go check that video out. She's amazing as well. Learning from Optic Gaming Coach Lunchbox, quote, the new meta, end quote, by Clutch Academy. Go check that video out. Who's that? I should say, I should try to do this in the best like Pokemon type of impression. Who's that HCS Pro? And it's by Wonder Boy. So Wonder Boy is going to be doing a series of tweets. 2 have already happened. The 3rd is out right now as to like the Pokemon style, like who's that Pokemon? But this is more like who's that HCS Pro? And yeah, he puts a tweet up. You reply to it thinking who it is in the picture. And then he reveals the next day. And it's a fun time. So go fucking reply to that tweet. Yeah, like I said, I believe the 3rd is up right now. Master Chief embraces the convention madness. This is the next episode in the Steve Downs documentary that he's been doing, so go check that video out. We have Forge features for January 12th, 2024, and the Community Spotlight for January 16th, 2024, both by 343. So that's it for the community creations. Will!
Yeah.
Well, actually,
What?
I was gonna, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, Will, go ahead, plug the show.
We have Patreon. If you're looking to support us further, want some extra content, we're doing an extra audio show at the $5 tier, and at the $10 tier, we got an extra video show called Pro Talk Plays, where Josh and I play a random game, or one or the other of us play a random game. We are on all your favorite podcast services. Just search for HCS Pro Talk, iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, and others like Josh's favorite.
Pocket Cast, still not an ad.
Still not an ad. Join the Discord, join the community discussion. Link is provided in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. Or on our Twitter, we have a link tree which provides that link, or !Discord and chat. Check it out. Speaking of Twitter, we're on Twitter. Still not going to call it X.
No.
Other social media sites, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Speaking of TikTok, shorts going up there as well as on YouTube. You can watch all our old VODs, interview series, all on YouTube. If you want to watch us live, I almost said Monday, 7 p.m. Central Time on Wednesdays. Now for the short period of time. Josh has the exact dates. I don't remember them off the top of my head here.
Exclamation point schedule in the chat.
Oh, look at that. And then don't forget about the fine folks over at Podcast Evolved. Make sure to check out evolvedhalo.com.
Your home for Halo.
And they have tons of content there. If you're looking for lore, their show Podcast Evolve, Mission Debrief. If you're interested in recapping the Halo Paramount Plus TV show, they have Halo TV Plus. Any of the Halo books, book club, the Mega Block series Build with Blocks. They have Halo headlines and then Halo Gear Guide as well. Go check out all of their shows.
Go check it out.
And that's all I have, Josh.
PD, any closing remarks, sir?
While we're plugging things, I mean, Passion United _ on Twitter. That'd be a good one. Go click the follow button there. Yeah. Oh, yep. They're the boys. Scuds, Maddie, Palfius, Atticus, and Clutch. Keep your eyes and ears peeled. We're going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be awesome. And we're going to spread the awesome. So we're all awesome. There's going to be more awesome. What's it today? Wednesday. I hope everyone has a nice Thursday. The weekend will be here before we know it. And shout out to these guys, HCS Pro Talk. Josh and Will are absolute legends. Honestly, for me, a little selfish personal experience, it reminds me, listening to you guys talk reminds me of being in the airport on the way home from or to an event. Like, I'm just listening to your guys' podcast, whether it's a current or an old one. It's it's seriously an honor to be here. So freaking pumped you guys were on board to have me announce the team and the new organization that we're going to be getting up and running. And I just can't freaking wait to be at a LAN once we hear this roadmap. We're going to book a couple flights, maybe an Airbnb, get the boys together, the team that is. And I just can't wait to see you all in person. And thank you so much. You guys are legends. You guys deserve just so much appreciation.
Nah, it's all you.
No, yeah, yep.
I just shout in a microphone. Will deals with me shouting into a microphone. It's all you. It's all you. It's all folks like you. It's all the listeners out there. And I mean, obviously we would want you to fucking make the announcement on the show. You're the one that fucking reached out. And I'm just appreciative that you even decided that you would do the whole show with us this week. So thank you for deciding to do that. It's like I meant when I said you made it that much easier for me to set this shit up by you just being here the whole time. So thank you.
No, I don't know. I mean, we do this thank you thing. I think you told me to shut up earlier because you knew I was gonna, which I appreciated. I was like, yeah, you bet I would have kept going.
You betcha,
So,
don't you know?
It's yeah, it would have happened. I think in hindsight, I feel a little bad. It didn't work out perfectly because Moose, I was overheating there. Got a dog in his little bed on my lap the whole time. But thank you everybody for being here. It's awesome, and I just can't wait for the next show. You guys are the best.
You're the
Let's
fucking best.
Go HCS Pro Talk. Let's go.
You're the fucking best. All right. With that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 322 of HCS Pro Talk. We're speaking about passion earlier. We're going to go raid Spartan, as a matter of fact. We talked about his passion earlier. Might as well send him a raid as well. Show him some love. Seriously, show him some love. He's one of the biggest grinders of ranked that there is in the game. He's just fucking excited for the season to start as well, as we all are. Go show him some love. Show him some passion as well. And it should be a good time. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. We'll be back next week to talk about. So, okay, this is.
Oh?
No, okay, this isn't saying anything because we don't know, but like, there are birdies out there that are saying that the roadmap could be coming sooner rather than later in terms of like sooner. I know we're at the midway point of the month right now. Okay. So like there are birdies out there that are saying that the roadmap could be coming sooner rather than the end of the month. That like nothing's confirmed yet. Literally nothing's confirmed yet. It's just things that I've been told, things that we've been hearing. We'll have to wait and see.
You heard it here first.
Okay, yeah, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
You heard it here first that we're mentioning that there could be a possibility of something happening.
A lot of possibilities.
A lot of possibilities. So we'll just have to wait and see. But regardless, when that happens, we'll obviously talk about it. It's going to be a fun time. Coach Clutch may or may not be talking about what we're talking about in the chat. So if you look at the chat and you see that, then that could very well be what's happening. The other thing is that we were told, and I'm not going to talk about this, but if and when another announcement happens, for those who don't know, we're still waiting on three. We're still waiting on 3 of the teams from the top 12 of Worlds last year to make their official roster announcements for the new season. Okay? It seems like at least one of those 3 is solidified, but it's still not officially announced. So we're not going to really talk about it. And then the other 2, let's just say one of them, if an announcement actually happens that we've been told, then I am fucking scared for those players involved. That's literally all I'm going to say about that. And I'm going to wait to see if that announcement ever happens because fuck. All right. I'm sorry to leave it on that point, but PD, thanks again for joining us today. You're fucking amazing.
Thank you so much.
And
thank you guys. It's a pleasure, an honor. Pumped.
Hey, PD. It's going to be a great fucking year.
It's going to be a great fucking day, week, month, year. I could not agree more. Great fucking season.
with that, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 322. We'll be back next week to talk about anything and everything that gets announced. Maybe or maybe not a roadmap. We'll have to wait and see. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go raid Spartan. Have a great fucking night. Have a great fucking week. I need to get this queued, so bear with me for a second. All right, that's going to do it for us. But until next time.